Hello friends, hope you are having a great weekend, keeping warm and out of the rain. It's Techman Pat here, and today I am bringing you some extra spicy news, though that depends on what you actually are interested in and if you're actually even interested in the Australian tech sphere. Let's start with Foxtel. The worst thing that has happened to Australia since, well, Foxtel. Bad jokes aside, these guys are up to something, and if lobbying our government was not enough, this month they returned yet again to the federal court in Sydney to block more pirate sites. This also begs the question, when will they try and block Netflix? Because I bet they lost millions already when that service landed on our shores. Seems like pirates, though, are the easy target at this stage. So Foxtel is wanting to block sites that stream pirated video content, ones that host torrent files, and websites that also link back to other evil pirating sites. They have provided a pretty long laundry list of these sites they want blocked. However, they are forcing the RSPs and ISPs to do the blocking for them, and obviously guess who has to fork out the bill for the work to be done. Now, Torrent Freak reports, but from a dodgy third-party source, that Foxtel is going after TPG, Telstra, Optus, Vocus, Vodafone, plus their other 52 subsidiaries, with intentions to file an application to have a total of 35 torrent, streaming and proxy site domains blocked via a court order. Now, most sites targeted host or provide the pirated content in some way or form, but Foxtel is also targeting proxy type websites, sites that unblock and unlock the lock that the RSP or ISP can set. These proxy sites exist to enable access to sites that are blocked by the court order. Now, in this case, they too can now be subject to blocking requests, since they have the primary effect of facilitating access to infringing content. The sites in the Foxtel application are described as providing internet users with browsable searchable index of proxies providing access to streaming and torrent sites, including those listed in the section below. This is from the actual article. Adding to that, they also said that none have a legitimate function. So fair enough, they really don't in our country, but these sites in other countries are actually a way to get around government censorship. Now, I don't want to get into that, but anyone with a bit of brain and access to Google can unlock what the RSPs have put into place by pointing your modem's DNS to somewhere else, like Google, for example. I remember actually a little while back in 2017, there was a massive joke how a kid was able to get around the last wave of site blocks. This is no different. The people who pirate will be able to continuously go on and pirate and get around these blocks that Foxtel is trying to put into via a court order. Now, piracy is a hard subject. On one hand, I've had some people steal my videos and repost them as their own to make money on links that they attach under the video. On the other hand, I talk about the news from articles. Well, this one is transformative and apparently allowed on YouTube. Full blatant rip-offs are not. But then when you're sharing maybe a movie or music, that is another thing. But if your country is so far behind and screwed over by deals and random broadcasting rights by corporations that have a monopoly, it almost feels like censorship, that you're not able to get the content you want to watch while everybody around the world is able to do so at a reasonable and acceptable price. Not all countries, obviously, but many of the westernized English-speaking countries that are very similar to Australia have great access to content like what Foxtel is holding behind their paywall, which is very, very high. So I guess looking in the way Australia is hard done by these dodgy deals and broadcasting rights, it's no wonder people pirate. If I can buy all my content with a reasonable price and receive good service, I believe the majority would, and Netflix has proven that. Well, look, many studies have shown that piracy has fallen since Netflix was introduced worldwide. Recently, I read another study that has said piracy is again on the rise due to the amount of paid streaming platforms. Because if you want to watch, let's say, all the possibilities and all the content, you will end up paying Foxtel rates of almost $100 to $120 per month for all the current streaming services. Now, with that in mind, let's transition to NBN Co. and the recent media press release, or rather statement. There is a couple of things I want to highlight for you. more so than my last video about the media dubbed Netflix tax itself. So let me read you a two-part section here that they released in their statement. NBN Co. has released an industry-wide wholesale pricing and product review consultation paper, which seeks retail service providers' feedback on delivering great customer experiences at affordable prices, while maintaining Australians' changing needs and internet usage behavior, including increased demand for broadband. The paper also seeks feedback on options to increase take-up of NBN network services and addresses underserved customer segments. We want to achieve these objectives while helping to ensure NBN Co. and the industry have sustainable business models that enable continued investment in upgrading and maintaining the network, providing the required support for new technologies, while at the same time developing new products and services for customers in the future. Now, that all sounds pretty good. They want to make sure they are doing the right thing by Australia and its people. Bit fluffy, sure, but you get the point. Now, all this is going to try and happen while maintaining a profitable and future-proof business. Now, while the media has read this and said, yep, they're out to make a tax on video streaming, blah, 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 and they're not wrong, because that's the actual outcome. This is just the start of it. Now, the ACCC is looking into it, but from what I've read, the folks there barely know how to use or send email, it seems, and I sincerely hope that keeping net neutrality is at their top agenda item, whatever it would be. It's really important that we do not become like America. The whole point they are trying to say is that they are looking to get feedback from RSPs because they need to share the burden, but also maybe someone out there has a better solution than just blatant tax on video, or at least a way to tackle video streaming and the demands it puts on the NBN network, and why RSPs end up having to buy so much CVC each month to provide a decent service to their customers. And if you guys want to learn what CVC is, please search that on my channel. You should be able to find it quite easily, but I will put a link below in the section, the comment section, description, whatever it's called. But let's be straight. The RSPs need to make their profit, and it needs to be enough to run a business and make it worthwhile. You can't just be making or breaking even every month. So NBN Co. probably got the feedback that RSPs are not keen to lose out on their profit, or at least what little there is in that margin that exists due to NBN's costing. And NBN Co. is not keen to keep getting hammered by video streaming either, so passing costs onto the user seems to be the only way forward. What NBN Co. needs is for customers to buy plans that are a little bit more expensive than the user actually needs, so the price outweighs the service provided, like they did in 2017, then they can justify the costs of the CVC versus the demand of, let's say, video streaming, making money off people who don't use it as much but pay a little bit more. Now, video streaming is not going away. What I wish would go away is Foxtel, which is just really look into it. It seems like Foxtel wants the NBN to fail because then, whoa, there'll be a lot more satellite connection. Now, however you might feel about the NBN, this is what we are stuck with. We can't have it dying on us just yet, and what I mean by that is that they just need to stop shooting themselves in the foot with things like taxing users based on what they use the internet for. Now, all this might mean is that NBN Co. will revise the wholesale pricing in such a way to offset the burden of video streaming, but remember that 80% of the internet is video streaming. You cannot offset the main use of your internet or the product. It's like selling a camera and taxing the user every time they take a photo, but saying you have unlimited use of your camera, you can do whatever you want, but we're gonna tax the main thing you use it for. That is insane. What do you guys think? What is the solution? Is this just complete and crazy, stupid ideas? I mean, why would you tax the main use of your product? Now, could they mitigate the costs and losses in the future? They're facing a lot of problems at the moment. They're also facing loans that just cannot be repaid. Friends, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Chat to you then. Like, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.